Everybody, welcome to the Real Time Wisdom Show with Joanna and Lainey. Lainey is off on a little adventure before her big adventure because she's preparing for a really big adventure, but she's off on a little adventure. But I am blessed with the incomparable, beautiful, brilliant Denise Flood as my co-host, and I'm so excited to be here with her. So, Denise, thank you, thank you, thank you. And we have a terrific show. Denise and I have been cooking things up in the Food Healing Oracle Deck kitchen. And this has been, I was thinking today, Denise, you know that expression, March comes in like a lion and goes out like a lamb. Well, I think that's really true for this March because remember when it first started, we had like that cold front and it's like been so nice lately. So wherever you are in the world, I hope you're feeling the lamb, not the lion, right? Although I kind of like lions too, but so,
I'm
so
a little
Denise,
partial. I'm a Leo.
that me too. So that's why we get along. Hi, Tony. So, Denise, tell everybody a little bit about you because you have so many gifts, and I can't even think to try to encapsulate all of them. But you are so many things to so many people. I love you so much.
Oh, thank you. Well, first off, I will say I am a certified food healing oracle deck reader, and that has blessed me in so many ways and expanded my ability to nourish myself in a much deeper level. I do have a program called Change Your Frequency, Change Your Life that encompasses tapping, meditation, many things we're going to cover here tonight. But I really want to keep the focus on the deck because I know that we have a limited amount of time. And if anybody saw my post over the weekend, the Food Healing Oracle deck and using it deliberately with all the other things that I do has enabled me to nourish myself in a way that I'm finally losing the weight that I had gained in those 2 years of lockdown. And your book, your smoothie book, I just, that's why I said to you when you said, what would you like to do? I said, I want to do something from the smoothie deck because it's been life-changing for me. And I know it can be for people who are listening.
Absolutely. And, when Lainey and I channeled those recipes, and they were channeled, we had no idea what they were going to taste like, right? And it was even the titles came in channeled. But tonight we're going to talk about one of my favorite hot smoothies. It's so nourishing. It's so healthy. It feeds all the cells and all the spirit. So it is called the Remember Me smoothie. And tonight's topic is going to be about practicing the art of remembering to accept comfort for ourselves. And if those of you who know the deck know that all of those keywords are in the deck and part of our smoothie recipe. So you have the smoothie recipe. Do you want to read the recipe and then I'll read the affirmation?
Oh, absolutely. The first ingredient is purity.
And I'm going to hold up the card of purity.
Which it is so important that this element be pure for our goodness. Yeah.
So water. Purity is our water card. And so we're going to start with water. Of course, in the book, it says you can substitute vegetable broth. But for tonight, we're using the purity card. So go ahead. What's next?
Sweet potato.
Ah, yes. And sweet potato is our comfort card. And we can be really comforted by this hot smoothie. Sweet potatoes are so good for us. And like I said, this is a hot smoothie that is very, very nourishing.
And that rich orange color in that sweet potato, it does. It's really soul enhancing.
Yes. It's a gorgeous looking smoothie when you make it because it's got that vibrant color.
It is one of my favorites. I actually was using it a lot when March was roaring. And it's very filling too. It's comforting on and filling on every level. So next we have onion.
Acceptance. Onions is our acceptance card. You know, I don't know about you, Denise, but I know for a very long time, I had a really hard time accepting things from others, like receiving. And I think a lot of us women do. We have a hard time accepting the gifts from others because we've been so indoctrinated, those of us who have raised kids or have had a career, to be in charge, right? Like that's one thing that our generation came in with the feminist music, the feminist time, and we were just like, okay, we got to stand up and raise the kids and have the job and do it all. And then somebody comes along and offers to help, and we're like, oh no, we got this, right? How many times did I say, oh no, I got this, instead of being able to accept, right? Remembering to accept. And that is very nourishing. It's not only nourishing to us as the receivers, it's nourishing to the givers. And we forget that. We give the givers of that a gift when we receive.
Yes. And it is a many layered thing. And I have to say, I have an acceptance oil that I use, and I was very resistant to using it for whatever my stuff was, until somebody said to me, I use it to accept new information. And I was like, oh, I am going to diffuse that when I'm trying to learn new skills. We were talking about computer skills and all the bells and whistles. And it really helps the frequencies when you breathe in those oils, when you eat these foods, to go through those other layers of our resistance to occupying this body, this life, with our full vitality. Does that make sense?
That makes total sense. And yeah, I love what your friend said about accepting information that's coming in, because I actually used the next ingredient, which is rosemary. Well, the next ingredient, but I'm jumping ahead. Rosemary, because when I was taking my massage license test many, many years ago, we weren't allowed to bring anything in, but I had a cotton ball with rosemary oil, and that was going to help me remember some of the answers to the test. So acceptance, taking in information with our onion card and rosemary, and those two oils together. Have you ever diffused those together?
No, but I'm going to. Oh, I love these conversations because I love the new ideas we come up with. What a great idea.
Well, I'm going to have to get some of that acceptance oil so I can diffuse the rosemary and acceptance too, because that sounds awesome, right?
Okay, our last one is my favorite ingredient in every meal. I don't care what it is. It's hard for me not to put in extra garlic.
Oh, yeah. There you go. And there you go. Our garlic card is protection, right? And all of us need protection. It's so funny because I always think of course, there's many kinds of protection, but garlic, as you know, keeps the vampires away, right? And, I think it's interesting that we ourselves have some little mini vampires wanting to, that those negative thoughts, those things that come in, that we almost self-sabotage and steal our own joy, because if we're in a moment and we have a critical thought, it can change everything. So this is why the oils are so important. And you and Lainey have been doing these beautiful meditations that just, oh my God, heart opening. The first one heart. And then you had believe. That was the last one there. And one voice.
That's coming up. We have
that's April 1st. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Okay, everybody that's on here, you still have an opportunity to win a full-size bottle of One Voice. That is the oil for March. And you just have to go in, comment, and love our posts and our pages. the meditation page, which we'll share later.
Yes,
Yeah.
we'll share later.
Or
Tamara
put in the
says,
comments when we're done. Yeah.
Tamara says, I put a clove of garlic in my ear when I have an earache. That's old school.
Yeah.
Tamara, a lot of people don't know that one, but
When my daughter was little, we would crush garlic and put olive oil and put it on the bottoms of her feet with socks on. And literally, it would pull out whatever it was. And it was like you take it off and it was like cooked garlic. But I mean, when she was tiny, because you can't give them a whole lot of things, and to have something natural and to help them to raise their frequency, change their life.
That's right.
I did want to add one other thing you have on here, because I think it is important. You have a teaspoon of Himalayan salt, and how important it is with the water, those salts for our body and for that electrical flow. We absolutely need it. Yes.
So the affirmation to the Remember Me smoothie, I'm going to read it, and then we're going to do some meditating. We're going to listen to some meditations. But the Remember Me smoothie affirmation is, are you able to accept the comfort that is being offered to you from your loved ones that have passed? They are always present to give you what you need and provide you support and protection. Remember their warm hugs as you enjoy this nourishing cup of goodness from Mother Nature herself. Are you ready to accept the comfort? I mean, that is such a good inquiry question to give ourselves. Are we ready to be in that accepting and receiving the gifts that are being offered? And they are being offered from spirit, from our loved ones. They want to be with us. They want to help us. Their energy is always around. It has never left.
That's so beautiful. I really appreciate that. And when you were talking about, and it just is, the garlic and the vampire, I think it's so important that we do these kind of building ourselves up, nourishing ourselves, because everything that's going around us can be little energy sucks, not just ourselves. And to come back to remember me. Who am I? I am this divine being. I am this essence that's here on this earth to do the work that we're all doing, and this beautiful cherry tribe that we're in.
Yeah. I love that. That's why I love you so much. You're so filled with wisdom, and it just comes out in such a beautiful way. You have the biggest heart. So how about if we listen to a meditation now, and just sit back, for those of us watching now or those that come in and watch on YouTube later. Just sit back and enjoy this beautiful meditation from my partner in produce, Lainey Savante Walken. She did such a beautiful job, and her wizard husband Howard with the music. You're going to enjoy this one if you haven't heard it already. Here it is. And this is the tech stuff, Denise. Oh my God, where are you, lady? All right, let's see if I can do it.
Wait, I'll breathe acceptance for you.
Please breathe in that acceptance.
I accept that I find the right key easily.
That's right.
Why is this so easy for me?
Oh, here you go. Okay, let's see if I can do this. Lady. Oh, God. Okay. Here. Oh, where is it? Oh, okay. I hit the wrong thing. Here you go. They say you need to accept that which you cannot change. Well, who is they anyway? Is that really true when you think about it? I beg to differ. Yes, you've had some challenges, and maybe even some losses or a trauma that affected the very fiber of your being.
Yes, there have been plenty of days where you fake it till you make it. And hold the facade that all is well, because life has happened and you aren't ready to accept it. So you're existing in a haze of automation and blur. The good news is that this modus operandi is clearing right now, so listen in. Acceptance comes in your own perfect timing, not someone else's. Acceptance arrives like onions, full of layers, needing, wanting, almost demanding to be healed. Acceptance is one of the keys to unlock the door of freedom. Doesn't that feel grand? You are on the cusp of creating the life you desire, even if that appears as a lofty goal. Start by taking the baby steps, one foot in front of the other, and allowing yourself to be vulnerable and willing to let the light come in. For in the shadows of denial comes hope. For in the depths of despair comes growth. It's the journey of your weary travels that leaves you tired and weak, but it's acceptance that builds the strength and life force to carry on while forging new frontiers. Take a moment right now to think about your worth. How valuable do you feel to your family, yourself, your community? Close your eyes and envision a world where you are so vital that everything you say and do has a significant impact to yourself and others. A value so invaluable that life without your existence would leave an impact and a gaping void in all the many lives that you touch. Because, dear one, it will. You matter, and you are worth pulling yourself up into the world, head on straight, heart open wide, mind crystal clear, and your feet resting firmly into our beloved Mother Earth's soil. For you are a priceless, one-of-a-kind, break the mold being of light, and you are loved. Now, can you accept that? Can you accept that you are perfect just the way you are without asking the opinions of others? Can you accept that you are a co-creator with God and that God, Spirit, and that higher power lives within you and every other being on the planet, regardless of their cruelty or poor decisions? Can you accept that we are all one? Can you accept that you occupy space in a world that needs your light, love, kindness, creativity, generosity, and care? Can you accept that it is your divine heritage to be healthy, wealthy, and wise? Can you accept that everything is happening for a reason and it's been preordained before you even arrived here? Can you accept that this planet offers free will and you have the choice that you can move towards enlightenment or further beat yourself down? Remove the layers that have held you back. As the onion denotes, you need to peel back anything and everything that has made you think or feel limited. For you are limitless, and your star is just getting ready to shine. As onion sometimes moves you to tears, so it does when someone cuts into the very fabric of your being and left you feeling out of control. Yet onion comes in to tell you now that you have a choice on how to move forward in life. It helps you see that on the other side of acceptance is the path you've been waiting for, and it has been asking you to dust off the dirt, clear out the cobwebs, and walk yourself straight into cosmic wellness. There's a utopia waiting for you. Know that your mind, body, and spirit are counting on it, and so is the rest of the world. Namaste.
Mm. Mm.
You know, we call those 5-minute medicines, and I just feel like I just got a dose of medicine right from spirit. And that was so beautiful. Lainey, if you're listening, that was I mean, like, oh, I needed to hear that tonight.
Yes. Every time I listen to it, it hits a different part of my being, what I need to hear. And it really struck me tonight. You have a choice every moment.
Every moment.
Every moment. That's what
Mhm.
free will is.
Mhm.
Yay. Oh, namaste, Nick.
Yeah,
Oh.
beautiful.
Mm.
Kathy's here. Hello, Kathy. So, you know, before we get into the Rosemary Remembrance, talk a little bit more about that acceptance oil. You know, I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
talk a little bit more about what's in it, how we can utilize it, how we can use it in conjunction with that meditation, right? By the way, all of our meditations are available on the website for only $1.99, and then you get to keep it forever and listen to it for however long you want. So and then you can get the acceptance oil and breathe that in, because that's what you guys are doing. You're taking these wonderful oils and pairing them with these beautiful meditations. And there's something about when you engage the 5 senses. So you're hearing, you're smelling, right? You're sensing, right? You're feeling your own feelings, you know? Even when you're smelling, that kind of affects the taste buds as well. I mean, I don't know, some oils are digestible. Some of the oils that you have at Young Living can be. I don't know if acceptance is, but you know, when we engage the senses, even some of them, there's something that happens that changes on the physiological level of the body, right? Everything kind of changes and adjusts, right? So
Yeah, absolutely. And everything you say is really spot on. Acceptance oil, I'm gonna read it directly from, and I suggest everybody gets a nice little reference book, because you can see things online. It may not always be 100% true, but if it's written in a book, they're responsible for that information. And so I really trust a publisher called Life Science Publishing. And so I'll just throw that out there. Don't get anything for that, but they have reliable information. Acceptance oil is a blend, and it has a ton of amazing oils. It is not ingestible. All the ingestible oils from Young Living come with a white label.
mhm.
Okay. So you know right off the bat. And that's great if you have kids too, because then they can say, oh, I can use this in my drink or on my, but not this.
Oh,
So,
that's good.
yeah.
I like that they did
Acceptance
that.
oil stimulates the mind, compelling us to open and accept new things,
Mm-hmm.
new peoples, or new relationships, allowing us to reach our higher potential, which just goes
Oh,
right along with this meditation we just
yeah,
heard. It also
absolutely.
helps us to overcome procrastination and denial.
I need that one.
Oh, I was going to say, oh, I don't know anything about that, but that's not true. You know that. But the ways to use it, number one, you see, I'm actually, because I'm accepting the fact that I can be on here and portray these things with clarity and
Mm-hmm.
blueberries.
Mm-hmm.
So diffusing is one of the most effective ways, because what a diffuser does is breaks the oils up into molecules that easily go into our olfactory system, fancy name for nose.
Yes.
That immediately crosses the blood-brain barrier in seconds and goes to those areas of our brain, the amygdala, the emotional centers,
Mm-hmm.
and helps us, gives us that moment of pause and also helps actually change the frequencies of our thinking, and
Mm.
helps us to come back from the fight or flight and back up into our thinking mind, so we can make those free will choices
Yeah.
and not from our animal brain of survival.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That makes so much sense, and it's so important. I think it's always important, but in these times more than anything. Cheryl's here, and hi, Tina. Hi, both of you. So Kathy, I hope you're still listening, because you just got a diffuser today and you can get some of these oils. Acceptance would be really good. But let's shift now and talk about remembrance. The things that are very vital to us, not to live in the past, but so oftentimes when people feel defeated and they can't remember that they're divine beings of God, that they're here for a purpose, for a reason, they just lose all of that. Remembering that, and just taking a moment to realize that we are more than just our bodies. We are more than just our experiences. And we're even more than our thoughts, right? Which is kind of hard, because our thinking brain can kind of get us into trouble sometimes, right? And that's what comes with our topic tonight, remembering that we can accept comfort, right? Accept everything. So, but this remembrance, you can talk a little bit about the oil. Do you want to do that first, or do you want to have us listen to your meditation first?
Yeah, let's talk it. I will just say, rosemary is one of those oils that come in both bottles.
Oh, that you can
it's also ingestible,
okay.
Same exact oil. But so if you don't have rosemary, I suggest just put a toothpick in the bottle and swirl it in your food, because these are so highly concentrated. They are like the lifeblood of the plant. You need very little. And I have made this smoothie when I haven't had fresh rosemary. A drop is too much. I learned that when I made mashed potatoes at one Thanksgiving, and I thought, oh, I love rosemary. And I just, and I had to make another whole 5-pound bag of potatoes.
Oh my God.
So that I could blend it all up.
Funny.
And it was delicious, but
yeah,
always
so
remember,
a toothpick, you put the toothpick in, and then that's enough.
And then just swirl it. And it's you can always add more rather than what I had to do was add more food.
You can't take out.
But it is a wonderful, it is really a stimulating oil. It's
stimulates the memory.
Yes,
that's for sure.
Yes, and it's so good, not only for us to remember, like I keep hearing in my mind, remember who you are from the Lion King, but also to remember the times we had. I do this a lot with my clients. When they're like stuck in a cycle, I take them and I have them remember something that was good, whether it's from childhood or just a moment, so that just come back to mindfulness, so that when they go forward, they can go back to that memory versus the trauma memory.
Right.
Or or create a new groove in the record instead of playing the same old groove. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, we have to change that neural pathway that takes us back to the trauma, right?
Yes.
And it's educating our mind. It's really saying, okay, and an oil, I tell my clients to change their state and find what changed their state. And I always say, an essential oils can change your state in a second.
Yes.
It's so amazing. A piece of music, walking outside. These are things that can change your state of that critical mind just running like a hamster wheel, right? So we can control that, right? Also, Lainey's checking in here. She's given us some tips. Since rosemary is good for the respiratory system, it's also a moment to remember to breathe through any situation or circumstance. So there you go, Lainey. That's
I love
awesome.
that. Thank you, Lainey.
Thank you.
And I will tell you the reason I highly suggest diffusers, or like we have the Magnitude jewelry diffusers, is because essential oils work when we maybe sometimes can't do the work. They work because we are breathing
That's right.
The oils are working.
That's right.
Yeah.
Cheryl says that the oil can anchor the more positive feelings. Yes, absolutely.
Beautiful. Thank you,
Yeah.
Cheryl.
Yeah. Thank you.
We have so many wonderful,
We have
wonderful
wise people
in this
all around us.
community.
I know.
Wise. I love it. And I love the sharing and the camaraderie and the love and yay. I'm going to remember that.
That's awesome. So you think we're ready for your meditation on remembrance?
I would love it. Thank you for honoring me by playing it.
Let's do that. Okay, now here's a tech moment. So be distracting, Denise, while I try to do my tech.
All right, everybody, pick a card, any card. No, I'm just...
Okay.
I think you're doing beautifully. I love the fact that we are able to hop on here together. I love that Lainey's able to jump in and that we have such a supportive and understanding community. And
meditation.
Okay, wait a minute.
There we go.
We're going to go into, so sit back, relax, and allow yourself to enjoy this 5-minute medicine from Denise Flood.
Meditation on the energies of rosemary, the herb of remembrance. Find a comfortable place to sit or lie down, allowing yourself to find the perfect place and position to do this work. When you are ready, bring your attention to the center of your forehead. Breathe deeply and relax. Allow yourself to focus here as you gently breathe in and out. In and out, going into a deeper state of relaxation with every inhale and exhale. Soothe away any tensions in the muscles of your forehead. Breathing in, allow your focus to fall inward. Breathing out, expand your awareness and go deeper and deeper inside your mind. From this place of safety and security, I invite you to open your awareness to the energies of rosemary. Imagine the sharp herbal aroma awakening those memories and thoughts that are vital to your awareness at this time. It could be your own experience or an ancestral memory. Trust whatever is coming to the surface. It could be a loved one, past or present. Whatever it is, the energies of rosemary are here to cleanse, clear, and honor these memories. Let us begin. Breathe in and attune yourself to the frequency of remembrance. Allow yourself the honor of doing this work. See in your mind's eye that which you have come here to remember. As this remembering occurs, call in the spirit of rosemary. Know that the frequency of rosemary is both cleansing and protective. See and feel that frequency cradle you as you explore the memories on your path. Know that whatever you are seeing or feeling is here for a reason. Breathe. Breathe and allow all that rosemary is bringing to the surface to gently, gently speak its healing to you now. Know that every memory, every story passed down through the generations, every remembered experience in this lifetime and in all lifetimes has brought you to this moment. this moment, where you are ready to bless these remembrances and accept the gifts they hold. Breathe in this frequency of remembrance and honor yourself and all who have come before you. Bathe in this frequency of remembrance, knowing that all discord energy is being washed away, soothed, and restored in perfect holy order. For as you sit in the frequency of Rosemary, you remember more and more fully the magnificence of the I Am presence that lives within you. As you immerse yourself in the energies of Rosemary, you strengthen yourself to more fully embody the remembering of who you are and what you have come here to do. And now, take a moment to allow yourself to absorb the gifts this remembrance meditation has bestowed upon you. Namaste.
Oh, Denise, let me tell you, that is so incredibly beautiful. Oh, God, just breathe that in, girl. Mm. Yeah. I feel like I could just continue with those two meditations. I could just continue into that quiet land where everything feels good, right? It's like those meditations just take you somewhere else. Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes. And every one of the meditations that is on the Food Healing Oracle deck page has an equal impact. I mean, they're all phenomenal. We have some people on here that have done some
That's right.
fabulous meditations.
That's right. We certainly
I honor the ability to listen to each other.
Yeah.
And it's just a beautiful, beautiful community. Speaking of community, I do know that I wanted to remind people that you have a certification class coming up.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We certainly do. And this is going to be our first in person since COVID. And Lainey and I are so excited because we rented this beautiful home with a pool. It's very open, and we have a nice kitchen, and we're going to have all kinds of things happening with this certification. And the third day is going to be our intentional smoothie. So guys, this is the time. Even our certified readers that have gotten certified, there's an opportunity for you to come and join, or just come and join us for the Intentional Smoothie Symposium, because you'll be there, Denise, and that is going to be fun. We're going to taste test some new recipes that we create from the Food Healing Oracle deck. And the class is just going to be so wonderful to gather in person and feel everybody's energy. It's a hybrid. So if you don't live here and want to have the experience, we will have it on Zoom. We'll have it virtual, but we'll have it in person in this beautiful home. And I just cannot wait. So I would post the link, but I'm not as good as Lainey, so I will have to post it later.
In the comments. Absolutely.
In the comments, I'll post it. But if you haven't taken our class and you're curious and interested, this is the perfect time. And if you don't have the whole weekend, then come out Sunday and bring your bathing suits. We are going to have a blast. So
I can imagine. When you first did the Kickstart and y'all came down to Naples, and I think it was my friend Elaine's house.
Yes,
and,
yes.
How much
First time I met you.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Really, I feel like we've known each other forever.
Yeah, I know.
That was another lifetime.
That was another lifetime. Right?
But the camaraderie and the tasting. And if anybody knows me real well, I'm like expedient eating. And that is why I love the smoothies in here, because I get everything I need in one blender.
In one blender. Talk about being expedient. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. So,
Oh.
and then on April 9th, we will be at Kristen Collins' Summit. She's doing a summit that is called, oh, I always forget this one. She's doing a summit that is called Find It Within Yourself Summit, Raise Your Vibe 2.0. So this is something that is, we all want to feel better. We all want to, have a quality experience. So raise your vibe. There's going to be 5 speakers, including the Food Healing Oracle deck will be there. And Tony Wengel will be there. And we'll just, we're just going to have fun with that as well. So I will put that link in the comments. I think
the comments below.
At some point in time. I know Lainey's laughing at me right now because she knows.
She'll be up before midnight, I'm pretty sure.
Hopefully before midnight. Oh my God. So good to laugh at ourselves sometimes, because what the heck are we going to do? Right?
Wait a second.
Thank you.
Pretty soon we will have smell-o-vision, because you remember how we used to joke about, we'll be able to see each other on the phone.
That's right. Smell-o-vision. Well, Denise, I can't even tell you how fortunate I feel that you were here with me tonight. And you're just so beautiful. You add so much. So we're going to say goodnight. We hate to go, but I'll probably screw something up if I don't.
Cancel.
So listen, guys, thank you all for being here. Thank you all for supporting Real Time Wisdom Show, Food Healing Oracle deck, the Meditations with Young Living, Denise's work, Raise Your Frequency, Change Your Life.
Change your frequency, change your life.
I almost got it.
It's all the same thing.
Well, where can they find you, Denise?
DeniseFlood.com is the easiest, and Denise Flood on Facebook or YouTube.
There you go. Well, Thank you so much. It's been wonderful. Good night, everybody. Enjoy your night. And remember to accept comfort when it comes. Nourish yourself and remember to accept comfort when it's offered to you. All right. Good night. Namaste. Love you all.